us get to a call right before the 10 o'clock hour. If not, it'll be about 10:45 after we get done with news, sports, and community announcements in the 10 o'clock hour. And we are going to welcome in Peggy Taphorn and Raven this morning, who's joining us. And, of course, remember again, Margaret, too. So we'll do that first. Good morning, Margaret.
Good morning, John. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, yes. I've got Raven and
Good
Peggy
morning.
this morning. We're going to have fun today.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. It's girls' day in.
I know. I was gonna say I started singing "Ladies' Night," but I was like, "It's daytime." Wrong time.
We just have to talk about church basement ladies. That's a hoot.
It is a hoot.
It's a
They're
riot.
super fun.
You can't even describe it. It is, when I went last week, that was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm usually asleep that time of night.
Well, I'm glad we managed to keep you awake, Margaret.
Yes.
Well, it was such a fantastic occasion. I mean, everybody networking, having fun,
Mm-hmm.
enjoying the whole evening. It was nothing to say I didn't like that. That was great.
Right. Well, hopefully other sponsors will follow Adcock's lead. They announced their new brand at the Temple Theater and had about 170 clients and friends and family members, and a good time was had by all. It was a catered event. I think everybody felt safe. Everybody felt festive.
Mm-hmm.
We were celebrating not only our fourth installment of Church Basement Ladies, but the rebranding of Adcock.
It was
And
beautiful.
It really was.
They
It was
did a
nice
great
to
job.
bring the community together. And the ladies are just, as you said, having a blast. The audience is laughing. It's why I try to choose happy, fun shows for this time of year, because it's cold outside.
It's cold outside.
Well,
It's a
and
little gray.
Margaret and I were talking too. These are like people that you can identify with. We all know somebody, Kathy Day, who is the quirky, funny. I mean, at one point she brings a chicken, as a gift. So we all have that one crazy person that we know. You never know what to expect from them at parties. And then we have the character of Beverly, who's just trying to figure out what in the world does all of this mean. You go to church and you're like, okay, I'm trying to memorize all of this stuff, but I have no idea what it is that it means, and then Karen, who's super fun and kind of flashy a little bit, but she's the mama bear of the group. And then of course Vivian, who is just like, oh, she's gonna hate this. We're gonna have to do
the
it.
preacher. I like
Yeah,
the preacher.
didn't Gus do a great job? He's so believable because he's actually from Minnesota, right?
He's from Minnesota.
Oh, really?
Yes.
These
These are his people.
He could
Yeah.
do the twist too.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
Right. And I love that it's also multi-generational.
Mm-hmm.
We have Beverly, who's 15
Right.
in this installment. So you get everybody's perspective. And I think these days, just the fact that people come together multi-generationally,
Mhm.
no matter what Raven just said, no matter what religion, your denomination, or no religion, we
Right.
can all relate to these women
Exactly.
who basically run the church from the basement and all the stuff that they get accomplished and all the challenges that they have just
Mhm.
personality-wise. And it's all wrapped up in a good story that's well told with a lot of laughs
Right.
and some really fun music. So it's been a blast.
It was great that you could carry it out with only, 4 ladies and 1 man.
Mm-hmm.
And still, the only thing I kept waiting, is the bride going to come through the door? Is she going to come? is she going to peek through the window? I wanted to see the bride.
Yes, she's a mystery. I don't think in any of the installments, we've done 4, and there are 4 left, I believe. And I don't think she makes an appearance in any of them. So the pastor's new bride will be a mystery. So just use your
It was a
imagination.
fantastic show. Everybody needs to go and see it, especially this time of year when it's like you said, it's cold outside.
Exactly.
And I didn't see anybody complaining about the cold. When we got outside after the show, everybody was happy,
Mhm.
talking about, oh, what a great show. I mean, it was just a happy occasion.
Yeah, so we run this weekend and next weekend. We had a big weekend for our opening weekend because not only were we opening Church Basement Ladies, but we also had our production of Driving Miss Daisy running in Asheboro for their final weekend.
Mhm.
So on Sunday, I skipped the Church Basement Ladies and ran down to Asheboro and saw their final performance, which was stellar. It's the biggest
What kind
seller,
of reception did they get?
huge. It's the
Mhm.
biggest seller they've had at Rhino Leap in Asheboro. So they were pleased with the collaboration. The actors were happy, and a good time was had by all. Talk about 2 different pieces of theater.
Yeah.
But I think both of them are meaningful. Both of them have a place in our lives in these times. Both of them make you think about, because even the Church Basement Ladies, the underlying message of that show, if you will, is community.
Yeah.
We're all in this together, and as we slowly slog our way through what we hope this time is going to be the light at the end of the tunnel, I think we need that. I think we need to lean on each other. I think we need to appreciate each other for who we are, not for who we possibly could be in the future,
Right.
but who we are today and how we're all going to move forward. And that's just what Driving Miss Daisy does as well. So it was a good weekend of theater. We started our academy classes. We have the highest enrollment ever, thanks to our friend Gavin, who's just doing a wonderful job.
The largest acting class we've ever had. I mean,
I have 17 teenagers in my 10 a.m. Saturday morning acting class.
Excitement medicine before you go.
We'll call it that.
I call it coffee, but they give me lots of energy, and
I'm sure
we had a blast. Actually, Gus, who plays the pastor in Church Basement Ladies, is co-teaching with me these first 4 weeks because he teaches up in Raleigh, and while he's here in Sanford, I thought, why not take advantage of his time and talent? So he's taking the acting classes the first 4 weeks and teaching all about character, because Gus also does a lot of improv. He's part of an improv troupe in Raleigh. So I think that's one of the gifts that we give people here, and Raven knows firsthand. Yeah. And when we have talented people in town, we try to share them with our community and with our young people especially. So it's a good week.
And the teens were actually talking about Gus, how excited they were. They were like, "We just saw him on stage. Now he's teaching us." So it feels like this really cool opportunity for us, like you said, to get to use local people, and our community is going to be positively impacted because these teens are our next generation.
Now,
of
are these
people
new
on the main
teens?
stage.
I know you got some repeat, but
yeah,
you got some
7
new
of
ones
my
too.
students in the acting class are new teenagers.
Fantastic.
Who have done some acting either in their high school or their homeschool group. And they heard about the Temple through the Temple Teens, basically. And I think that was one of the great things that Gavin did throughout the pandemic, is that we had the teens, anywhere they were asked to go, they went. Whether it was outside singing at Chick-fil-A or doing the train and tree lighting or the Indie Fest or the piano dedication. People saw the Temple Teens, being handled very professionally and very safely. And I think these teenagers got excited about that, about being part of something. And we have some new diversity in the group, and it's really exciting.
Great. Well, one thing with the Church Basement Ladies, maybe you should print everybody off a copy of A Mighty Fortress, because we had no idea we were going to see
it's in there.
It's
got
in the playbill.
You couldn't see it. It was so little. And everybody kept saying, I can't see this. I can't see this. But we had no idea that we were going to sing.
You just move your lips
Yeah.
along with
I
everybody.
love the
Put your glasses
song.
down on the end of
I
your nose.
could sing maybe the first verse, but when they got into the second part, I could just come along. We had a good bit of harmony going on in the balcony.
That's good. That's good.
That's
But
the
point well
traditional
taken.
experience.
Next time we'll just put the words in there, because this time we printed the whole sheet music.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is a
like
little
page in the
hard to
hymnal,
leave.
which is really cool.
And how many
Exactly.
more productions of Church Basement?
We have 2 more weekends. So 5 this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night at 7:30, and then Saturday and Sunday at 2. And now's a good time to announce that for My Way, we are doing away with the Saturday matinees. We've had our groups really requesting that we go back to a Thursday matinee. So we're going to try it out to see what we think about next season's schedule. So for My Way, Patsy Cline will be what it is today. But for My Way, we're going to a Thursday at 2 o'clock and the Sunday at 2 o'clock because the bus tours are ready to come back now. So we're going to invite them in and see how that goes.
I enjoyed my Thursday afternoons. I wouldn't
A
take
lot of
lunch.
people.
I
Well,
would just go up there and do that.
right. And a lot of the restaurants have begged us to go back to the Thursday matinees because that was their bread and butter, literally, those Thursday and Friday matinees. So we're going to ease into it, see if the people will come, and try something new.
I think it's going to be good.
Well, you have had some new people in town for the play, because you can tell when there's strangers downtown, they're looking up. They're walking and they're looking up, and they all came out of the restaurant right on Still Street, and then they put their heads together. This was before the play was getting ready to start. They put their heads together and they were looking up, and then they started walking. And the entire time I was downtown, they were walking from one intersection to the other, but everybody was looking up. So I wanted to get out of my car and stand there and look up too.
You don't know what you're going to see downtown these days.
No.
There's a lot going on, a lot of excitement going on. And we're going to add to that because A month from today, we do our season reveal.
Yay!
On March 15th, there's still raffle tickets
We have
available.
2 raffle tickets left.
2 raffle tickets because Terry
2 raffle
McMillan did
tickets.
such a good job
Yes.
in selling his. He's our champion
He
this
won't
year.
let anybody tell him no. He just says,
That's
That's
good.
the
This
power of
ticket.
sales, Margaret.
yeah. I usually don't ask. I just hand them a ticket.
Yeah, okay, take my check.
And they're too embarrassed to give it back to you. So,
I sold 4 last night at a guild meeting.
oh, really?
Woo! Go, Raven, go.
Well, now if I
Yeah.
can just win, I'm trying to get as lucky as John Hockaday. He's the luckiest man in the world. I'm not quite that lucky, but I'm trying to get lucky like him. So maybe this time, last time I won tickets.
Right.
Yeah.
Then they couldn't have the show because of COVID. So maybe this time. I've
Well,
already got my
hopefully this
ticket.
time we will be able to give out our prizes in
Yes.
person, although you don't need to be present to win, and kick off what we're hoping is going to be a great capital campaign for our black box. We really need that
Yeah.
education space. And it started us thinking about the future of the temple. The pandemic gave us a little time to regroup and rethink and refocus to what this community is turning into and what the demand is. And obviously the demand is for young people, for more classes, for more youth productions. So Gavin and I are working out a plan to kind of shift our energies and our focus and our money towards the youth programs, at least for the next few years while we're still recovering and people are still a little anxious and cautious about returning, and put our focus there and see if that's what the future holds.
But that's our future. That's
Right.
our future.
That's
And
right.
I was reading where Moore County or the Southern Pines Playhouse recently did a Raising the Roof event to try to bring in some funds. I said, Peggy Chaphorn could tear that up. She knows everybody from everywhere. She could bring in the young, the middle-aged, the old, and we could have a fantastic Raising the Roof
That's right.
temple event up here.
Exactly. Well, that's a great idea, Margaret. So we will put that on the list.
Yeah, boy. Okay, so after the reveal that's March 15th, right?
Right.
Then what's next?
Well, we start rehearsals actually for Patsy Cline today. So we're gearing up for that show. It's going to be great. We are still looking for an electric guitar player to play all of the shows for Patsy Cline. This person has to read music. It's a great show to play. It's all those great Patsy Cline songs. But because there are limited rehearsals, they have to be able to read music. If there are any interested electric guitar players out there, please contact me at the temple ASAP. We are taking that show down to the new Owens Auditorium at Sandhills Community College for a weekend, 3 performances down there, and then we'll run it for 3 weekends at the temple. And then we close the season with Frank Sinatra's My Way.
My Way. That's going to be a good one also.
Yes.
So we don't get to know all these biggies for next year until after the
Not
reveal.
yet.
So we have to wonder, what is Peggy cooking up for the next season? But I know it'll be good. But we will do Shakespeare in the summer again, right?
Sure. We're doing 5 shows this summer, as we usually do, and we're anticipating it's going to be record enrollment like it was last year, especially if these academy classes are any indication. So we're excited about that. I think the Temple teens are going to be part of our season reveal, so they've been told. You could maybe strong arm one of them, although they've been threatened not to tell. So they know what the shows are, and they're excited about it. So I think it's going to be a great summer.
And what will happen that night of the reveal? I know there'll be food. There'll be prizes given away. Will we have entertainment?
We are going to have entertainment. So I spent the morning yesterday going through all of our raffle prizes that we have so far. There are 72 currently. There's still a couple more. Yeah, so we're doing 72 prizes, and then we have some other big ticket items that she tries to get me to tell her, but I'm glad you're here because I'm remaining strong. But
Be strong.
we're also going to do a silent auction. Our board is going to be kind of handling a silent auction, and we have some big ticket items. I told you about the 1 week getaway to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, that's a
huge
really
one.
big ticket item.
We're also talking about a big golf package at Pinehurst, which was a huge thing. So we have that coming. But yes, we're going to have entertainment. The Temple Teens will be performing, which everybody loves. And that will kind of give you a little sneaky peeky of the shows that are going to be announced. But throughout the night, it's just going to be a lot of fun. We're also going to have at that time hopefully some mood boards where you guys can see the capital campaign for the education building, which is going to look great. We're working with Ashley at Sweet Southern Home Design. She's moving in downtown, so we're super excited about that partnership. She's amazing. And so they have actually come over and given us some ideas about what we're going to do, but we'll be revealing that night. We're going to have great food. There's going to be lots of wine, lots of beer, you know, if that's your thing. There's also sodas. Juice. Peggy Punch will be flowing. Peggy is famous for her punch, so we'll be having some of that. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot
Looking
of fun.
forward to it.
Yeah.
Terry, you want to give a shout out to the people out there who haven't bought their ticket? They can still get the ticket from you.
Just a big thank you.
He said,
Exactly.
Watch for me next year.
He knows everybody, but I think Raven could give him a run for his money.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty close. My thing is, I'm in the right spot at the right times. That's all that was. I only sold those 4 tickets last night because I just happened to be there. So it's all about opportunity, right? Terry?
And showing up.
And showing up. Yep.
Just like most of life. You got to show up.
You
You gotta
for
show
it.
up.
Yep.
Thank you, girls, so much for showing up this morning.
You
Of
bet.
course.
You have been so informative and so bubbly this morning. It's cold outside, but you made it warm in here.
Aw, thanks,
That was
Margaret.
very sweet.
So we look forward to seeing you again and reminding everybody to go to the temple this week. Only one more week after this week
That's
to
right.
see Church Basement. Ladies, a mighty fortress is our basement.
There you go.
And a mighty fortress, that's something you can never destroy.
That's
That
right.
mighty fortress will be there forever. So that basement in the church will be there when we are all gone.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thanks so much. Have a great day. Stay
You
safe.
too.
Thank you, you too.